Hi, so I'm just going to run through a demo of hypOps and show you a little bit what it can do. So hypOps is a virtualization infrastructure monitoring and management tool for currently the iOS platform, so it works on both an iPhone and an iPad. I'm just showing you the iPad version at the moment. It supports several different infrastructures. The Zen server platform can be monitored and controlled. The Amazon EC2 platform has some basic monitoring, and the Cloud Stack platform also can be monitored from within the tool. You can define individual connections, say new connection, and choosing the connection type and entering your connection details. Once they're in place, you can go back and revisit them and edit the parameters or delete them in the standard way. Let's start by having a quick look around the Zen server connection. Okay, so we're just connected to a Zen server that I've got. It's only got one host in it. So on the left here, you can see all the objects that are available within your environment. So you've got hosts, virtual machines, templates, storages and networks. And on the right here, you've got an initial page which gives you an overall view of the state of your infrastructure. These graphs will show the top 3 objects in each category. So I've only got one host, so I'm only going to see one down in here. But if I have multiple hosts, the 3 with the highest memory load would appear here. These change from green through yellow into red when they're very high, and the overall state of the highest one is shown at the top here. Again, that's repeated for the CPU load and for the VMs as well. And again, there's only running VMs are shown in these boxes here, and I only have one running VM on this sensor port currently. Okay, these are updated every 5 minutes. Okay, so then you can select something you want to have a look at, and initially you get a list by category, so it's like an initial search for you, and you can see that I've got 1 running, 1 stock VM, and 2 in total. So you can either go to all of them or the individual ones. Let's just go to all of them in this case. Now, once you are in all, you can still search to filter them out. You can start typing something, and you'll start getting the individual ones. Standard. And if you actually select object, the page on the right hand side here, which shows some general details of the VM. You can expand some of these sections to see the details. Okay, and get information about the disks, and you can power the VMs. You'll notice the protection to stop you from doing it accidentally, and you can look at the snapshots and revert them and delete them from those VMs. You can also look at the performance data. So this one's looking at the CPU usage over a period. Let's look at it over a year, see what it's been. Okay, so you can see CPU usage over the year. That pattern is repeated for all the different objects. Let's look at hosts. Okay, so you can go to the individual host, and again, you've got the tab showing you the networks on the host and the storage. Okay, and again, you can view the data for the local storage. Okay, so the cache hits and misses for the IntelliCache from the host. Okay, so that's, if you run around the Zen server connection. If we connect to a cloud stack, you'll find a very similar structure as you look through this. Again, on the left of the objects and on the right of the details. So with cloud stack, when you connect, you get a list of all of the zones that are available when you've got one. And again, on the right hand side here, we'll show you the top 3 metrics for each of these categories. Again, we've got one zone, so you can see one in each of these. And again, these go green, yellow and red at various levels that go up with an overall status. So it gives you a fairly quick snapshot of that overall cloud and how it's doing. Once you enter a zone, again, on the left hand side here, you get a list of all of the objects as they load for that zone. And the right hand side here now is showing you the metrics for the specific zone within the cloud. Okay, and again, just like before, you can move around the cloud and view VMs, CPU usage, memory, the networking, the NICs that are connected. Okay, that's the same for all of these objects. Showing. Ooh. Let's list volumes for serving offerings. Here we go. Okay, so you can see the size and the state and the storage type, which hypervisors they're attached to. Now, one thing you will notice was in the Zen server connection, these refresh buttons weren't there and this refresh wasn't up here. That's because the Zen server can be automatically notified of changes and keep itself up to date. This cloud-based one is up to you when you want to request updates. So I want to request updates to the VMs, I'll refresh the VMs. If I want to refresh this particular zone, click refresh on the zone. This stops having to reload every time you transition around, which keeps the performance of the output fast. Okay, so you can see that this host, which is marked as up, has all these capabilities, this is in server, CPUs. Okay, so that's a walk around the cloud stack. And just for completeness sake, you'll find that, again, the same pattern is reflected within the Amazon connection. So here's all the regions and the current status of the cloud. And again, you can move into here and you can see the instances, the images, and the security groups within cloud. So let's go to the instances. Okay, and let's wander around them by tag. Let's find all the ones that I've named. It's my first instance. Okay, and you can see all of the details for my cloud. Okay, and the tags that it's got, and you can see the kernel storage. And there we go. Okay, just to show that it does work on the iPhone 2. Let's just change to an iPhone, a very big iPhone. Okay, and these are the same connections we saw earlier. So one thing you will notice is that the hypOps provide the right information for the right platform. So on the iPad version at this point, you had all the metrics for the host. Well, you don't get that on the iPhone. The screen's just not big enough for that. However, everything else works in exactly the same way. Okay, some slight differences. These scrolls around to make it easier to see what's going on. Okay, but you still have all of the same information. So you can still see, if you rotate, you can see the same data as before. Okay, all works exactly the same way. iPad. So, that's your brief introduction to hypOps. I hope you download it. It's in the App Store now, and enjoy using it.